an audio-only recording of an exercise session for Vision of Adventure. This recording is supported by Disability Rights UK. A cycle session led by Kath Finn. Please note that you'll need some form of stationary bike with controllable resistance for this session.
So, good evening, everyone. Another lovely, generally slightly soggy British evening with well, now the sky's black, but it was grey as usual. So welcome to Teresa and Liz and Stephen Ewan and Steve Bateman and hopefully Linda at some stage. But we've had a little bit of warming up. So if you are joining on video, just get those legs turning and start warming up. And we're gradually going to come into 90 RPM, so 90 turns of your feet per minute. But as usual, we don't go for that straight away. So I'll put the metronome on in a minute. Now we're hearing trials and tribulations. Teresa said a race cancelled due to the storms down south. The north this time has escaped relatively free, I think. There's not that much damage around, certainly around Kendal area. The river's gone down again. I was getting slightly concerned for people living next to it. But 10K off-road race is rescheduled for another day, which is better than getting a tree falling on your head. We took some novice triathletes out on Sunday to have a look at the course for a race in April that we're supporting them to do in the club. And I recce'd the course on Wednesday. It wasn't too bad. And it's up by Kendal Castle. And some of you might have been there at times. Coming off the top of the castle is quite steep. And by the time we read it on Sunday, after another 2 days of rain, it was just an absolute mud fest. So it was good fun, but it wasn't quite as safe as the first time I went around it. I mean, someone with a very injured ankle and someone with a bad back who were walking it. So really gingerly picking a path through some trees with some rough grass to try and make sure they stayed upright. And we only had one person fall over, but he did it twice. So there you go. He made up for everybody else. So that was good. And they're competing in Kendal, which I think Vision of Adventure has got some people coming to do. Yeah, Liz is nodding there. I know Emily was going to, but I think Emily's recently either got or getting a guide dog. So she's not able to because she has to go and be trained so that she learns how to look after the dog. I think that's the way it works. But I could be wrong there. So, and hence possibly why she's not here for some evenings at the moment. So I've put the 90 metronome on. So you've got a bit of a chance of. That looks great. You guys really don't need it anymore. You're so well practiced. I'll put the clock on for a bit. I've had a day when I've done a little bit too much. So if there's a very long silence from me, it means I've fallen asleep on top of my laptop. But I think that might come later, in front of the telly. And Paddy's in Spain, so I had to go teach rollers for him this afternoon. So I've got him in Spain sending me pretty pictures, a friend in Norway sending me amazing pictures of the sun out there and beautiful dazzling snow. And my daughter is skiing in Switzerland and has just had 20 centimetres of fresh powder and phoned me up to tell me how wonderful it was. So I'm really happy they're having a really nice time. But the deluge of pictures is getting a bit much. It's like, just go away, tell me about it later. So Paddy's gone for a, tell him I said this, grumpy old man's holiday. He's gone with 2 friends that he taught with at his first school. So he's been friends with them for about probably a little over 40 years, which is a pretty impressive time to hold friendships for. So they've gone off to an apartment somewhere on the south coast of Spain. And they're going to drink coffee, wander a bit, eat a bit, enjoy being warm, and then come home. He's took his swim gear, but the sea is really rough and the beach is big rocks. It's not like nice welcoming sand. And the main pool in the resort they haven't cleaned yet, because obviously nobody would want to swim in February. So he reckons it's not safe to swim in because it's stagnant water, sadly. So he's probably slightly frustrated. The rest of the warm-up today, we're just going to do it by doing a little bit of cadence work. You're going to switch the metronome up, and we're going to go for 2 minutes at 95, 2 minutes at 100, 2 minutes at 105, 2 minutes at 110, and then 30 seconds of as fast as you can. So slightly different to normal. You don't need to change your resistance particularly. You might want a little bit more resistance so that you can get the pedals to go over really fast. If you don't have much resistance, the legs tend to spin around so fast that they start coming off the pedals unless they're tied on, and you start bouncing around. So you might need a little bit more. So we'll go now for 95. So I've just switched it up a little bit. 2 minutes of that. I haven't done anything exciting today. I've just done a little bit too much, probably, because I'm going to Manchester tomorrow to meet my youngest. And I could say my baby, but he's probably the one that really is 6 foot. So I just kind of snuggle under his arm quite nicely. I'm 5'9". And we're going to go look at Van Gogh, the Van Gogh live exhibition. There's a whole room full of sunflowers, floor, walls and ceilings, I think. That'll be really nice. Another minute at that, and then we'll go up. I've totally got out of the way of going to stuff through COVID. 2 years of like not really going out much. I have to make a real effort to kind of get back into that system and look for things and do things. It's weird. Okay, another 10 seconds. We're going to go up to 100. There you go. The metronome is now going at 100, so we should be turning our legs up a little bit faster. I'm making a real effort to do different things. Paddy's going to Cardiff for his birthday, and I'm not. So I've invited as many women round as I think the house will take to have a bit of a get together while he's away. Haven't done that through COVID at all. And people must be getting much more relaxed because everybody's saying yes, they'll come. I haven't been in a pub for 2 years. I've been in lots of tea shops. Another minute at this. Half a minute left. So we should be getting a lovely smooth spin. Steve, Ewan's legs are spinning like there's no tomorrow. Beautiful spinning. And this just helps you be efficient on the bike. It's really good for your neural system. 10 seconds. We just nudged it up a tiny bit. So now on 105. Lovely. While you're doing it, think about driving your foot forward when it's at the top, pushing down, and then hopefully it should just come up really smoothly. You might find that you need more and more core. Well, I've just been to Killer Pilates, so don't ask my core to do anything for about 3 days, I think. I don't know which side of bed she got out on this morning, but it wasn't good. Okay, you've got about half a minute here, then we're going to go up to 110. Going up, you heard that slight increase in pace. And it doesn't really matter whether you're 110, but providing you've got the principle of gradually turning your legs around faster and faster, that's what we want. While keeping your body fairly still and with little pressure going through your arms and hands. It's all about sitting really well on the bike, having really good technique. Great. It's really lovely. At the end of this 2 minutes, we're going to go for 30 seconds, turning as fast as you can. And then we're going to have 2 minutes at 90, quite an easy resistance. So you're just bringing yourself back together. Another minute. You're probably feeling at least a little bit warmer than you were when you started. Fifteen seconds. 5 seconds, and then as fast as you can for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Spin those legs around for 30 seconds. So it's actually quite a long time. 10. 20. 25. 3, 2, 1, and relax for 2 minutes. That doesn't mean stop though, obviously. So it means just like reground yourselves, get a drink if you need one. Keep the legs going at about 90. Brilliant. And then we'll do those little spin ups. So maximum of like 10 seconds. Rest of the minute recovering, 10 seconds. And we'll just do 3 of those. But you've got a minute and a half, so that's good. So we had a good day. Got a swim this morning when we could use fins and paddles in the pool. Tried out some new fins, which I hate my fins. I go really slowly. I don't know what I do with my legs, but it's not right. But these ones didn't feel as heavy or as uncomfortable, so that's good. So I've sold my old ones really quick. And then I had a session on rollers with my bike. Tell you about them in a minute. And Steve will know what they are. But Liz, do you know what rollers are for a bike? Okay. And then I got on the turbo for a bit and that hurt. And then I sat down and ate loads of lunch. And then I had to go and teach rollers because it's Paddy's class, but he's in Spain. And then I went for a little run with a friend because she's not feeling very motivated and it was only half an hour, so I thought it'd be all right. And then I went to Killer Pilates. And I do now feel suitably dead. So I'm really glad I can sit on a train tomorrow. Serve me right, eh? Right, 10 seconds. And then you're going to spin for 10 seconds. And then you've got 50 seconds to recover. Then we're going to do it again. 3, 2, 1. Spin up really hard. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Right, keep pedaling for the next 45 seconds and then we'll repeat it. And I'm going to watch the clock here. It's all right, still got half a minute. But if I start talking about something else, I'll miss it. And much as you might like that to happen. Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Fast for 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Ten. 3, 2, 1. Fast. 5, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Warm up finished. So just taking 2 minutes here. So again, move around, have a drink, towel if you need one, all those kinds of things. Try and keep your legs moving because it'll help your muscles clear stuff. Lovely, you've got another minute. And then we're going to do standing. A little standing pyramid, which some of you have no problems at all with, but depending on your bike setup, some of you might find quite hard. Lovely. All right, people are looking a bit more like settled down again. Brilliant. Okay, going to do 30 seconds standing, 30 seconds rest, a minute standing, a minute rest, 1.5 minutes, and then back down pyramid. So well, I'm not going to say if we're ready. We are ready, and we're going to go now. So 30 seconds standing up. Lovely, that wasn't too bad. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds sitting down, but still keeping your legs spinning. Ten seconds to go, and then we're going for a minute standing. 3, 2, 1. 1 minute standing. Nice. Half a minute gone. Ten seconds. Well done. Making it look easy. 3, 2, 1. A minute sitting. Resting those quads. And at the end of this minute, we're going to go for 1.5 minutes. And that's the most we're going to do. And then we're going to go back to a minute. Oh, no, I've written 2 minutes here. Sorry, dashed your hopes. So I think we'll do that. We'll manage that. I'm taking after my Pilates teacher. Okay, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, standing. For 1.5 minutes, this one. And I'm not going to have an exciting weekend. I'm going to see my mum. She needs cheering up. And she lives in a farmhouse and their farm buildings have been really battered by the other storms. And then she's got a larder and a really big window in it and all the glass blew out the window all over her food. And the joiner's kind of filled in some of it, but he's left it. So it's really, really windy. And the house was cold anyway. So I'm going to take my dry robe so I can sit in the kitchen and not catch hypothermia. But she's not good at staying warm. So going to be, can't we sit in the front room, Mum, and light the fire? It won't kill us. Half a minute to go. But she's really good about me arriving with an assortment of bikes and turbos and kettlebells and she doesn't kind of get going till about 10:30, 11 because she's quite old now. So I can sneak out and do things and then come back. And 3, 2, 1, relax for 1.5 minutes. Well done. Now, I think Steve Ewan's probably got the bike with the geometry that makes this the hardest. So well done, Steve. Your legs feeling that, or is it really? Yes, there's a few puffs going on. I need to find out if Steve Bateman will have been out earlier as well. Need to find out where he is. No, not today. Because it did stop raining fairly early, 10-ish. That's unusual for you, Steve. Probably about the only week you've said you haven't been out. "15 seconds. Okay, this is the big one. 3, 2, 1, and standing for a whole 2 minutes. You can always cheat by resting loads of weight in your hands. And the saddle is just behind you if it all gets too much. But try and do as much through your legs as you can. It's looking great. One minute almost gone. Okay, over halfway now. Brilliant efforts. "20 seconds left. It's looking great. 5, 3, 2, 1, and sit down, assuming you'd like to. You can always stay standing if you want. Okay, you've got 2 minutes now to recover a bit. Or you can work quite hard in those 2 minutes if you want to. But we're then going to do 1.5 minutes stand, 1 minute stand, 30 seconds stand. And then we'll do some hard work, but sitting down. Lovely. Rollers are things you can ride inside on a bike. And there's 2 rollers at the back and 1 roller at the front. So you put your bike onto it and you put it next to a wall and ideally a table or in a doorway so that you have something on each side of you to cling onto. And you get on it, holding onto the wall generally, unless you're like really good. And then you start pedaling. And then in an ideal world, you let go of the wall and you're just pedaling along. So you're not going anywhere, but the rollers are turning and the wheels are turning and you're just in the room pedaling. And it's quite wobbly, so it's very nice to have a wall next to you. And I wear trainers because if I wear clipped in and I go sideways, I'm not going to get my foot out in time. I'm not as good as I would like to be on them, but they're not so much about getting fitter as they are about becoming more efficient and having good technique, because you have to balance really well and you have to use your core. And you have to, it works much better if you look ahead, which you should do when you're riding. So your head stays up and strain comes off your shoulders. So it's looking at things like that, and they're really entertaining. Okay, I'm going to go for the stand for 1.5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. So I was on rollers earlier and I was definitely have a wall on one side and I was clipped in, so I'm getting more confident at home. But then I went to teach it. 1 out of 4 of them had done quite a bit before, but the others hadn't really. So it was really good seeing them get better. And we had some really nice teamwork of people working together to give each other confidence. And sometimes just hold the bike at the back of the saddle for a little bit. Give it a tiny bit of stability. I did really well. Nobody fell off to the point where they got hurt. Nobody landed on any of the trainers that were in there. And everybody got better. And we had a bit of a laugh. Lots of people buy them and get really upset because they can't ride them very easily and because they think they're going to get fit by riding hard on them. And you can't generate any resistance to push against, not like you can on those when you turn the handle on them and you get more resistance, because the wheels are moving on the rollers. That's never there. And lots of people don't really credit becoming more efficient and becoming technically better as something worth investing in. 3, 2, 1, you can sit down. Hooray! But I don't know what Steve thinks, but I think efficiency and good technique is really great if you're trying to ride for any length of time or if you're trying to go fast, because it just gives you a little bit more energy to use to do what you want rather than fighting to keep the bike up. So they're great things, but not everybody agrees with me. To put it mildly, I have a big problem persuading some people to get on them. Okay, you've got another half a minute, and then you just got 1 minute standing, followed by half a minute standing. So you nearly do the worst of this. 15 seconds. Three, two, one. For 1 minute standing. Well done, halfway through. Only 20 seconds left. Three, two, one. And relax for a minute. Lovely. And then we're just going to do 30 seconds. And then that's it. $15 left. Three, two, one. Last 30 seconds standing. Halfway through. Hopefully that feels relatively short now. Last 10 seconds. Three, two, one, and relax. Well done. Time's flying tonight. I might not be able to do everything I've got written down here, which you may be glad about. Okay, once you've kind of had drinks and stuff, we're going to do 3 minutes of medium hard, 1 minute rest, and repeat. Trying to work my maths out here with time. We'll definitely repeat it twice. Might do it 3 times. Yeah, it might just fit. Ready to go again? Take the first one real easy if you think you need a bit more time. So going for 3 minutes of medium hard effort, starting from now, followed by 1 minute going easy. And your cadence, you want to be 90, which is there. So we've gone back to our regular cadence. And if you're struggling to go that fast, put your resistance down a little bit to allow your legs to pick up the leg speed, and then it will gradually get easier. Now we're going to do a total of, we're going to finish a little late maybe. 9 minutes of this. Nah, let's do 6 minutes of this for a minute in between. So 3 minutes, minute rest, 3 minutes. So that will help you judge how hard. Minute gone. Halfway through. Coming up for 2 minutes. Well done, there's some great consistency going there. And you've only got half a minute to go. Three, two, one. Relax, take the resistance off for a minute. Try and keep the legs spinning quite fast. And then we'll do it again. Great. Coming up to the end of a minute. It's like Jeff might be off the treadmill. 3, 2, 1. Same cadence, resistance up a little bit and into your second block of medium hard work. It's looking good. That's lovely. Keep that consistency going if you can. 2 minutes left. Well done for gritting the teeth and just keeping it going. Sometimes this is harder than doing like 30 seconds hard and then a rest. Just to keep that hard, consistent effort going out. You're in your last minute now. Well done. So you've done 5. So you can hold on to it for this last 40 seconds. Less than half a minute. Dig in there. Keep pushing. 10 seconds, right to the end. 3, 2, 1, relax. Great efforts, well done. A few people looking quite tired tonight. I don't know if that's because you've been doing lots of other stuff, or is this particularly hard? I'll ask you in a minute. Okay. The last bit, we're going to do 3 1 minutes of hard work with 30 seconds easy in between. So that's your last set. Then we'll go into warm down. Cool down, I guess. Let's talk about warm down in swimming, and it seems a bit weird because surely you're cooling down, but there you go. Who am I? Okie doke, I've got a few body movements going. Give me mercy, give me a few minutes, 2 more seconds. give me a little bit just to let me settle back down again. Okay, try and keep the cadence at 90, but put out quite a hard resistance. And we'll go for 3, 2, 1, go. 1 minute. Oh, sorry. It had a little cardiac flutter there, that to know. Okay, 15 seconds gone. So you're only doing 3 of these. It's the last work you've got to do. I don't know what's going on with this. Pardon me. That's better. Halfway through. $20 seconds left. I would say grit your teeth. Don't grit your teeth. Turn your core on. Drive your legs forward. Relax your teeth and your face and your arms. 3, 2, 1. Relax for 30 seconds. Halfway through, you relax. Get ready to go again. Same kind of intensity. You be quiet. Turn that off in protest. 3, 2, 1. Go again for a minute. Nine to cadence as hard as you can with your resistance. Half a minute left. Well done, 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, relax. Got 30 seconds relax, and then you've got your last minute of work. Five seconds left. I know it never feels long enough. 3, 2, 1, go. Last minute. That's great. Halfway through it. 30 seconds left of this session. "15 seconds. Drive through. Keep going. Last 10. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Brilliant efforts there. Well done. Resistance right down. Just turn the legs. If you're watching this later and it's not live, please spend the next 5 minutes or so turning your legs around, still on your bike, so that they get a chance to return your body to some form of balance or homeostasis. You want your heart rate to come down, waste products to be cleared, capillaries to start constricting again, oxygen levels to rise. And that will help your recovery, reduce your stiffness, allow your body to rebuild as fast as it can. That's great. I can stop recording there. And anyone who wants or who's got the energy to crawl off their bikes and unmute, you're very welcome to. Teresa's looking at me at the light. No, I'm going to fall off unless I hold on. I need to stay here for a bit.